Today, we will analyze Spirited Away through the lens of ecological system theory. A 10-year-old girl Chihiro accidentally enters a mysterious magical world with her parents, after her parents are turned into pigs due to greed. Chihiro works at a bathhouse to save them. Along the way, he helps spirits, learns valuable lessons, and discovers her own stress. With the help of friends, she frees her parents, regains her identity, and returns to the real world, having matured through her experiences. As we all know, ecological systems theory is divided into 5 components. First is the microsystem, which refers to the immediately environment that directly influences a child's development. What we first understand here is the impact of significant people around the child, but it also includes the child's direct interactions with those people. This system encompasses not only the characters but also the interactions between the child and those characters, as well as the child's interactions with toys and pets at home, all of which affect the child's growth. Next, let's use the movie to explain the theory through 3 aspects. Original microsystem. Chihiro's reliance on her parents makes her struggle with new environments, but reveals her kindness. New microsystem. Through interactions with Lin, Kamaji, and Haku, she grows into an independent and compassionate individual. No-face relationship. Chihiro's kindness accepts no face, but her firm rejection when he loses control shows her growth in handling relationships, demonstrating her emerging stress and positive influence. Chihiro's journey from relying on her parents to independently navigating a new environment demonstrates the theory of environmental shaping and adaptive development. This system includes the people in the microsystem and their interactions, such as between parents, teachers and parents, friends and parents, classmates and neighbors, all of which influence a child's development. Cross-environmental transitions also play a key role. For example, during my practicum, I observed a boy from Taiwan who had immigrated to Canada 6 months ago. Despite being at the daycare for a while, he still struggled to adapt. Each morning, he showed a reluctance to separate from his parents and needed time to observe before gradually enjoying. The interaction between his past Taiwanese culture and the new Canadian environment affected his ability to adjust. This cross-environmental transition is also reflected in the movie. The bathhouse symbolizes the human world, while the river Spirit represents the natural system. Their interaction illustrates the symbiosis between humans and nature, teaching Chihiro to respect the natural world. The mesosystem is also reflected in No-Face. In a bathhouse, he becomes greedy under the influence of its culture of greed and desire. At Zaniba's home, he regains his kindness and innocence through her warmth and care. This contrast helps Chihiro choose compassion over greed, strengthening her kindness and resilience. Next is the ecosystem, the indirect environment. For example, interactions between parents and their co-workers can affect parental stress or satisfaction, influencing their parenting. Noisy neighbors may impact parents' moods. These factors indirectly affect the significant people in the microsystem, thereby influencing the child's development. The consumerist culture leads to a family crisis as Chihiro's parents, driven by greed, turn into pigs, marking a key turning point in her growth. The bathhouse, symbolizing capitalism, exploits its workers, fueling their greed. Though forced into labor, Chihiro grows independently and resilient, holding on to her kindness. The macrosystem refers to the broader cultural and value-based environment. Culture shapes parenting and teaching styles. influencing children's personalities and behaviors. The spirits, shrines, and rituals reflect Japan's reverence for natural deities, with Chihiro embodying this cultural tradition. The film highlights social inequality, class divisions, and oppression of the weak. Chihiro cleansing the river Separate symbolizes environmental destruction and ecological reflection. Her growth shows how society influence shapes individual responsibility and independence. These macrosystem factors profoundly shape Chihiro's actions, choices, and values. The chrono system includes not only personal growth, but also environmental changes, historical events, and major life transitions. Chihiro's personal growth at first depends on her parents, emotionally fragile and fearful of the unknown. At the bathhouse, becomes resilient and responsible, solving problems. By the end, thinks calmly, bravely, and shows kindness and compassion toward No-Face and Haku. Exterior of the bathhouse reflects traditional Japanese culture through architecture and services, symbolizing nostalgia and preservation. Interior of the bathhouse represents modern society's greed, where money defines value, highlighting materialism and emotional detachment. Children's nonlinear growth shows that education is not just about accumulating knowledge. It's about fostering emotional and psychological development through experiences and reflection. The interconnectedness in ecological system theory reminds us that a child's growth is not isolated or linear. It is the result of complex interactions between family, power structures, the natural environment, and the passage of time. The characters and themes in the movie serve as metaphors for individuals, humanity, nature, and society. Chihiro's interactions with them reflect the practice of thinking with world. Her journey goes beyond learning knowledge about the world. It's about growing through direct engagement with it.